Hey friends, today we're going to be making a Cajun style chicken pasta with Alfredo sauce. Creamy, delicious, and budget friendly. So let's get into the ingredients. So for this recipe, you'll be needing heavy whipping cream, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, parsley, oregano, garlic, Cajun seasoning, paprika, Parmesan cheese, garlic, black pepper, cayenne pepper, butter, cream cheese, and of course pasta. So let's get into it. So here I have 2 chicken breasts that I have of course cleaned, and I'll be adding oil. The oil will help the chicken to stay moist and also to make sure that the seasonings stick. So we're going to go ahead and add our complete seasoning. Now if you don't have complete seasoning, please feel free to use chicken bouillon or any bouillon of your choice. I just happen to like complete seasoning. Into this, we're going to go ahead and add some garlic powder, as much or as little as you like. I love a lot of garlic. And of course we have to have cayenne pepper. I mean, this is a Cajun recipe, right? And as you can see, I wasn't getting enough cayenne, so I had to go to my measuring spoon. And from there, you want to go ahead and add some black pepper. And then of course we're going to add onion powder. And then of course our Cajun seasoning. I'm using a bold Cajun seasoning. If you don't have that, you can add extra cayenne or extra chili powder, whatever you have. You can use a regular paprika. This is what I had, and I actually like the taste in this recipe of the smoked paprika. So once you have all your seasonings on your chicken, you want to go ahead and rub up your chicken. And yes, my hands are clean. We already discussed this. This is why my hands are always dry. But yes, I'm taking these lovely hands and rubbing this chicken down and making sure that the marinade gets all up in this chicken, because we want to have delicious marinated chicken. And once I've got all the seasonings incorporated in this chicken and nice and seasoned and delicious looking, I want to go ahead and sit this in my refrigerator for a couple of hours. Now you can do this like an hour prior to, but I like to let my chicken marinate. Sometimes I will put it overnight, but a few hours is fine. So to our pan, you want to add 1/3 cup of oil, and you want to make sure your pan is nice and hot because we want to go ahead and sear the chicken, but we do not want to burn it. Very important not to burn it. We just want to get a nice sear on it. So luckily my 2 chicken breasts dip in the pan. And then once your chicken starts to brown, you go ahead and flip it over, and that's the color that we want. And then what I'm going to do once I flip it over is I'm going to reduce the heat a little, and I'm going to cover it because we do need the chicken to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it, but your time to cook is based on the size and the thickness of your chicken breast. My chicken breast took about 10 minutes to cook. It wasn't too thick. So I'm just going to continue to open it, check on it. So it's very important that it doesn't burn because you're going to need all those bits at the bottom of the pan. So you just want to keep flipping it, keep checking on it. Then what you saw me do is I pressed down on the chicken. I can kind of tell when the chicken is cooked. After you cook it a couple times, you can tell what chicken breast feels like when it's cooked. So now I'm just going to pour off the excess oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt my butter in this pan because we need all those bits, because that is the base of our Alfredo sauce. So I'm just scraping the bottom of the pan, getting all the good bits off of it. And I'm not going to add my garlic here because, as you can see, my pan is on quite a bit of heat. And I just want to make sure I'm getting all the bits off. I'm going to add it a little later because I don't want it to burn. So once your butter starts to simmer, you want to go ahead and add your cream. And we're going to make sure that our heat is not too hot. So once you have your cream and you want to go ahead and add your cream cheese, you want to go ahead and break it up. And then when it starts to melt, you can pull out a whisk, and when you whisk it around, it'll start looking like this. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic here because I do want my garlic to cook, but I didn't want it to burn. So we're just going to whisk that in and let it cook for a little. So what I realized here is that I needed more cream because my sauce starts to get thick, and you can kind of tell whether you need more or less of the liquid. So I went ahead and added the complete seasoning, and like I said, you can add chicken bouillon, and of course cayenne, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning, not too much, and then our oregano, and of course parsley. So from there, you're just gonna whisk it around, and like I said, you want to just continue to whisk, and your sauce will start to thicken, and you just want to keep an eye on how thick it's getting. If it starts to get too thick, then you want to reduce your heat, and you determine how thick you want it, because once the sauce sits with the pasta, it will get thick, so you don't want it to be too thick. So from here, I'm going to add my black pepper, whisk that around. You just want to continue to whisk. You want to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, and you want to make sure that everything is getting incorporated and nothing is separating. So I'm going to go ahead and add my Parmesan cheese here. Of course, it's better to use fresh Parmesan cheese, but I did not have that. I had the bottled stuff, and it worked just fine. So I'm just going to whisk it and make sure that everything's melted and combined. You want to continue to whisk it until there's no more granule pieces inside the sauce. Like I said, if I had fresh, I would use fresh, but I didn't. And of course, all the drippings from the chicken sitting, I went ahead and added that. This is all about flavor. So here I'm going to go ahead and plate up some pasta. I'm not going to use all the pasta. I'm just putting enough here so that I can show you what it looks like when it's plated up. So to my pasta, I'm going to go ahead and add some of the sauce. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the sauce with the pasta. This is the best way to serve it, in my opinion. And you just want to make sure that you coat each strand of pasta. And like I said, it looks a little watery here, but it starts to thicken. And here, I'm just going to show you what it looks like plated up with a little tomato, some parsley, some green onion. This is so delicious. And of course, I'm going to add some more cayenne. So this is a simple, easy, budget-friendly meal. You can add or take away whatever you like, but this is something that is so easy, so simple. You could easily cut up the chicken and make it serve for even more people. But here you have it, guys. My Cajun chicken pasta. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. And until our next video, bye.